suggested that, would you be able to put him on a lunchbox, like Matt Smith, because of all the merchandise?
Yes, you got a sticky thing on the back, you see. Look, there's a lot of talk also about kids will not understand an older Doctor. Let's just get a couple of nonsenses out of the way. How many young Santa Clauses have you seen? And two, do you think to an 8-year-old Matt Smith looks young? Because you're wrong. I was a teacher, a school teacher at the age of 24, which is even younger than the lovely Mr. Smith, and they all thought I was ancient. So they have no clue. It's just a bunch of...
when I was young, doctors were always pretty young.
Yes, yeah.
I agree.
And now they seem young. Do you know what's changed? Discuss it later.
Yeah. Now, I mentioned in my introduction that you had said goodbye to Steven Spielberg. Sorry, mate, dumping you in the Tintin film.
I wasn't dating you, we were just working. I want to end that rumour right now.
I'm going on to...
That's the Radio Times story.
As you know, Sensationalist magazine. But I read a comment from you at the time that said Stephen understood absolutely. Is it because he's a Doctor Who fan?
Yes, the reason I got the job in the first place is he watches Doctor Who, absolutely. He watches all of Doctor Who, very keen on Doctor Who. I don't think I describe him as a hardcore Doctor Who fan, as is fairly evident from the man's career. He geeks about everything. I mean, he's a full-time mad geek about everything. If you're geeky about things, Doctor Who's in your DNA. You breathe it in, you just have to be geeky about Doctor Who. It's the king of geekiness, isn't it? But he absolutely knows Doctor Who. What he said to me was, well, the world is a better place with Doctor Who, so I completely understand you have to do that.
And he didn't say Hollywood, Cardiff?
No, my wife might have. My agent might have. My wife and my agent were quite voluble on the subject of, so you're turning down less work for more money. I'm going to work in Cardiff for much less. Why are you doing that? Because I got a shot at the TARDIS. You didn't understand either, did you? No.
No, I was just thinking about my next question. It struck me that one of the, big attractions of writing for something like Doctor Who is that you get to do every single genre, don't you? You get to do period drama, you get to do westerns, you get to do sci-fi. I mean, the range is extraordinary. Do you have particular favourites? I mean, do you like doing Doctor Who's in the past or in the future or in the present?
Not especially. I mean, I'm the laziest man in research, so sometimes I give the period ones to other people, and I noticed Russell always gave the period ones to me. But no, I just love the Doctor. I love what you said just there, which is the size of our precinct. Our precinct is all of time and space. Everything that ever happened anywhere. That's what we do. I sometimes wonder whether the rest of television bothers showing up. Look at our format. It's all of yours at once. You're a detective show. We're a detective show once a year. Vets in love. And you're head and shame.
Now, there have been quite a lot of episodes filmed in the United States recently. I referred to the Western episode, the Daleks in Manhattan. Oh, really? Angels Take Manhattan. Are you attempting to appeal to the American market? Because Doctor Who is now really big stateside, isn't it?
The way you appeal to the American market isn't to show them, to give them shows set in America, because they've got a lot of those. If that was really the way to the hearts of the American people, then they must be bloody happy every day. They must be thinking, oh my God, look, another show set in America, this is brilliant! There's just like it's like all night on every channel, they'd be so thrilled, wouldn't they? No, it's not that easy. No, it was because it was a different background for the Doctor. And because we had a foothold in America, we already had a success in America, we thought, well, can somebody help us out over there to get us over there, get us some locations and all that? That's what you do. And once you've got, there's some great places to go in America. Well, the fun one, we did the first one we ever did was the Impossible Astronaut, which I originally storylined to be set around Florida, because that's where where NASA is. And then we got all the location photographs in Florida and thought, he looks exactly like Cardiff. Go all the way to America and he looked like Cardiff. So for whatever reason, we had to find the biggest mountain that looked so American and put the Doctor against it. So It's just a different backdrop. But the truth is, we do very little filming there. When we did the Western, which a great episode of a town called Marcy, I told you about it, was actually shot in Spain. It was a terrific Western down there. When we did The Angels Take Manhattan, we did, and I'm really proud of this, or rather I'm proud of the people who did it, as Marcus Wilson and Nick Curran, who were so clever, is that we did 3 days shooting in New York. For an episode that's gone 30 to New York and one in New York, and it's only 3 days of that is actually a little thing.
I mentioned in my introduction that you and Mark Gatiss were sitting on a train on the way to Cardiff when you first came up with the idea. What was the initial thought? Who said, was it, let's do Sherlock with a smartphone?
No, it was, well, first of all, it was we can't keep talking about Doctor Who on this train because people listen to us. and it turns up in newspapers. That was the first. It's like talking something else. And Mark and I have a number of geekinesses in common. So he's okay with Sherlock Holmes, I can't with Sherlock Holmes. And we grudgingly, haltingly, fearfully admitted to each other that really our favourite Sherlock Holmes films weren't the ones you're supposed to like. They were the Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce ones that were set in the 1940s. We just loved them. It was so much more fun than the posh proper ones set in Victorian London. And we actually felt captured more with the brio and the fun and the humour of the books. And we sort of said to each other, you know what's going to happen? Someday, someone is going to make an updated version of Sherlock Holmes. And it'll be a huge hit. It'll be very cross because we didn't do it. And made no further lead in the conversation after that. We just carried on having that conversation, saying, oh, we're going to be so cross. We've talked about it 7 times now. This is going to be terrible. It was only when I mentioned my despair of this inevitable outcome to my wife, a TV producer, obviously, who said, well, why don't you do it? And we thought, oh, yeah. Because we can probably get commissioned. Yeah, you probably could. So she made us sit down. In Monte Carlo. We had lunch in Monte Carlo. We did. We went to an award ceremony that happened to be in Monte Carlo, but I liked the fact this is Monte Carlo. And we explained Sherlock Holmes to my wife, which was a surreal conversation from fun. And she said, and it was like pitching a TV show, but she barely knew Sherlock Holmes at all. She said, I think this sounds brilliant. So she got us a room, but not in that sense. And talk about Sherlock Holmes. But, for us, it's pretty much sex, so it kind of wasn't. We talked about how we'd update it, and then we worked out this huge pitch. And I make it sound like if this would work for us. This is us just geeking out, the way Mark and I do all the time. Anyway, flying around, jumping with kids. And we had this whole thing worked out, and we went to the BBC. Sue saying, I think it's fairly easy, since YouTube is a little bit push up. We've got a whole pitch, it's fantastic. So we said, Sherlock Holmes in the modern day. They said yes. We went, we've got a whole pitch. Just it's brilliant.
Oh, afternoon in Monte Carlo was wasted.
No, it didn't matter at all. We just said that. They said, yeah, okay. Yeah, fine, got it right there. Okay.
Because when you first cast Benedict and Martin, they were
in the gutter. Acting for food they were.
Now they're bigger.
Yeah.
That presumably makes
really annoying.
Very
No, it's an extraordinary thing that we now have the 2 biggest British film stars in our show. And if it were the case that we had invented Sherlock now, and we were saying to people, we think we could get Benedict Cumberbatch and Martin Freeman in this, they'd have gone, not in the same movie, let alone TV show. They're far too big. So, yeah, it's fun. It also, but, that brings such value to the show, because we hopefully bring the audiences for The Hobbit and Star Trek to Sherlock. Not as big as the audience for Sherlock, but it's nice to have the end of the game.
And how did the format come about? Because didn't you originally, in that one-line elevator pitch that you so beautifully described us now, suggest it as a 6 1 hours?
Yes, we did an hour-long pilot, which is available on the DVD, and the DVD itself is available if you'd like to go and spend money on that. And there's the hour-long version, which
which everybody really liked, though it seems quite feeble now compared to the one we made. And we sent it in, and when Mark and I were at Matt Smith's very first read-through for Doctor Who, we were called out of the room to hear Sue saying, Ben Stevenson will commission it today if you agree to do it in 90 minutes. It would be 90 minutes. That's a format they had successfully followed over. And so why don't you go and think about that? Mark said, what do you mean think about it? That's fine, yes. Do you know what you do? No, just say yes. Say yes, go. I think it's a brilliant idea. What are we going to do? No idea. But I think it's worked out very well for us.
Presumably it's more satisfying, isn't it, as a writer to have 90 minutes to play with?
It is, isn't it? I mean, yes, for this thing, yes, it is. I mean, I think it wouldn't fit Doctor Who quite as well because of the pace of Doctor Who is faster and more frenetic. But yes, I think it works for Sherlock beautifully, because an awful lot of Sherlock, a surprising amount of Sherlock, though it shouldn't be surprising when you look at the original stories, is just about those two men, about those two characters. And the adventures they get embroiled in are somehow, while they're notionally up front, are always secondary to the relationship between the two main characters. Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson always stand above the story of the week somehow. So you need the space to have all the deductions and the fun and capture the murderer or whatever. But you also need space for that quite detailed friendship to be played out.
Now we know that you have made another 3, and we know they're coming soon. Precisely when?
We may not bother showing them. I don't know, I think it spoils it when you do it, you know? Because people might disagree with you or criticize you. I just think, nah, let's just keep them. I love it, let's just keep them. And Mark and I can sit and watch them. No, okay, we won't do that, we will show them. It will be, but I mean, honestly, genuinely, I don't know, but I would place quite good money on it being at the very end or the very beginning of the year.
Sometime in Christmas
schedules. I would be fairly confident, I'm sure.
Just need to know if the Radio Times Christmas New Year issue.
Well, that's obviously the main thing.
Yeah. Now, Mark has let slip some details.
Has it expired?
Yes. Yes, he said he's going to record scenes set on the London Underground.
That's a real spoiler, isn't it? Yes, this year transport.
It was influenced by a recently rediscovered missing Doctor Who adventure, The Web of Fear.
Good link. Yes, he did say that. He's probably lying. But no, yes, because the Web of Fear is set on the London Underground, and very impressively realised London Underground too. So yes, I think that's where all of Mark's cultural references come from. So I'm sure it is. I don't think he's actually been in the Underground himself. He travelled by Hanson Cat.
Have you signed up the 2 actors for another series after this?
They signed themselves up.
Really?
Apparently, they both announced that we're carrying on, so that's good. Benedict was on a red carpet somewhere and said he was carrying on forever. Martin was another one saying, yep, series 4 is happening. We had to inform the BBC and Martin commissioned this.
So really, in that situation, the BBC can't, they can't say no. Well,
we were quite impressed by it. Yeah, the BBC can do what they like. Don't provoke them. They are massively powerful. But no, I assume that unless we completely screw up Sherlock this time, which we haven't, then it's a big success. So it'll carry on, so long as Benedict and Martin want to do it.
And now they're such big Hollywood stars, presumably you could make Sherlock the movie. Stand beside Guy Ritchie.
Oh, poor Guy Ritchie. We could. I mean, I suppose we could. We sort of feel that we make 3 of them every so often. I mean, my heart and Mark's heart, we're very, very television people. We love television because it's better than the movies. Yes, it is. It's just better. It is. Of course, it's better. And you don't have to walk so far to see it, don't you? And you know, at a certain age, you always have to go to the loo in the middle. You can just close it when it's on its head. And there are other people, and you can choose your chair. And if you liked it so much you want to watch it twice, and you can't go up to the projectionist and say, pop it on me. You mind that I didn't understand an arsing word of that. You can't, I've tried for me. And they just get all petty. I like going to the cinema.
We heard the BBC Director General laying out vision the other day of you know, the BBC going into the future, and we're all increasingly watching on tablets and computers, and it's all going to be interactive and so on. I guess there are all sorts of pretty exciting things that you can do with both Sherlock and Doctor Who in that sort of format.
Well, there had better be, because that's what the future is going to be. I mean, I know that because my children, 11 and 14, are slightly bemused at the idea that you watch television when it's scheduled. I'm not sure that they understand that happens. They just want to know when a television program is available. Is there a new one yet? That's what they think. Has it been delivered yet? So yeah, that's absolutely coming. My older son prefers to watch television on the iPad because he prefers the interface. And said, well, the screen is so much better than that rubbish that you've got dominating the corner of your living room for no particular reason. That's all just going to happen because that generation will understand what we're on about. Your bookcase does not tell you when you can read. Your television shouldn't tell you when you can watch. What this means is, first of all, everyone who works in scheduling should be looking at alternative careers. Because it's not going to be happening. It's just not. The other thing is things like programme length. That only exists because of junction points. That's all going to go there.
And channels as well.
Channels, yeah. I mean, I suppose there's always going to be the studio, the commissioner of great television. BBC One will become something else, but it won't be the thing that it is now. Of course, they've got to change. I mean, things like we did a wee prequel to Doctor Who this year, last year, called Pond Life, which was an online thing. And we think of online as a little thing over here. Doctor Who is a mighty thing over here. Not literally, that would be ridiculous. But it got 6 million. It's 6 million views. That's a TV program. Online is not a fringe.
It's a very good TV audience.
Yeah, it's a huge audience. So the idea, what's coming is the 5-minute television program. Why not? One episode could be 40 minutes. The next episode could be an hour and 20 minutes. Why does it matter? It won't matter. It doesn't matter in the film business. It won't matter in this business. It is going to change beyond recognition, but I think it's going to be good.
It's pretty exciting.
Oh, very exciting. Massively exciting. I love what Netflix are doing. It's like you released the whole series at once. Because that's another thing that's going on. I bet some people here would conform to this pattern. Is that people thinking that they would like to wait until the series is finished going out. Again, get the box set and binge on it. When you read a book, you might not want to read a book one chapter every week. You might want to read it all at once. And so that's coming through. That's all on its way.
Well, that's a good cue to hear from you guys. So there are 4 roving minds.
Good Lord, there are people! You were genuinely interested in me.
I'm afraid that...
Hello. We've had Luke mention it already, but given that he is such a big fan of Patrick Troughton, do you know whether Matt Smith has seen the newly discovered episodes yet? Have you seen them? And do you know, is it possible to put into words how much excitement and happiness that episode generates?
This is the missing 9 episodes that turned up in Nigeria last week.
I don't know if Matt has seen them yet. He's actually very busy. He went straight into another job. He's working on music and he keeps texting and saying, I can't sing. So that's occupied a bit. Also, we've returned him, we've restored him to the capital. We returned him back to London from Cardiff. I have a suspicion between you and me, he might be going out. We're not going home and watching Doctor Who, but he will watch them, I'm certain. I'm rationing myself to an episode a day, otherwise, because it's quite an novelty for me. I'm watching Doctor Who, I don't know what's going to happen next. I think that's really cool. I'm loving that. The thing that of course, it's joyous and wonderful and exciting and surprising. It's surprising, because one thing already has overturned my view of what old Doctor Who was like. Because in the first episode of Enemy of the World, which is cracking, I have to say to her, hovercraft and a helicopter, come on. It has Patrick Troughton flirting like hell with this week's attractive blonde. He disposes of the companions, and he's, my God, man, David, forget it. The second Doctor is right in there. I always thought that was a feature of the modern show, that we made him a little bit more flirtatious, like hell. Oh boy. It's great. Absolutely terrific. Patrick Troughton is an extraordinary actor. He's just absolutely amazing. And if you're a Matt Smith fan, you will love him because they are playing the same version. They really are.
Now, so many hands going up. I'm going to try and take some questions, sort of 3 in a row. So there's a gentleman at the back. You can go first. And then these 2 ladies here, if you can ask a question. And then I'll take the next 3 from that side afterwards.
So, quick question for you. Both Sherlock and Doctor Who, how long does it take from the original idea to the series being completed in the Sherlock TV?
Okay, wait a second. I'll just take these 2. So we'll take 3 questions at once. This is a blonde lady. Sorry, you, and then yeah, go ahead.
Oh, am I waiting for this question?
Yeah, that's right. You're going to take 3 questions in a row.
Hi, you said earlier that you used to be an English teacher. I was wondering how you made the conversion into ending up writing for the BBC and what influenced you.
Okay, and then the 3rd question.
I wonder if you remember all these. What is your favourite science fiction movie or TV show, other than ones you've written, of course?
I don't understand the question.
So let's start with the length of time from sort of conception, if you like, to it getting on the screen.
The length of time they give you is the length of time it takes. However much time you're given, you are late. So it's about the same amount. So it takes from, do you actually think you have an idea? Sherlock was fast. Sherlock was really fast. But we must have pitched that in 2007? 2008? Blink had just come out, so it was 2008. And I was just agreed to do Doctor Who job. We pitched it in 2008, made a pilot in 2009, made a series in 2010, and it went on air. So that's very fast. That's stupidly fast.
And that's still 2.5 years, and that's fast in TV terms, yeah. And how did you go from being an English teacher to a TV writer?
Happily. Well, there isn't a big old answer to that, and I won't give you yet again the details of how my specific path, because it's irrelevant. You write a lot and you send in scripts. You try to send in the script. Here's the absolute thing about how you get commissioned is you write a script that nobody can put down. That's it. Doesn't have to have the best dialogue, doesn't have to have anything else perfectly right. Just make sure that the first line is so riveting you read the second, and that you keep somebody turning the pages. If you can do that, then you will get commissioned. That's a fact. If you write an unproved downable script, it's the only quality it requires. It's unproved downable. It's difficult to do, but at least now you know what you're aiming for. You cannot stop reading it. There you go. That's how you do your English teaching.
Favourite sci-fi movie?
Favourite sci-fi movie? I don't have a clue. The Princess Bride. It's not even sci-fi.
It's a movie or TV show?
Doctor Who. He's just so much better than all other TV sci-fi shows. It is also in 2nd place. So there you go. Apart from the one I wrote, also Doctor Who.
Okay, we'll move over to this side. Start in the...
I missed one. No, I haven't.
No? We're going to take another
Three,
couple. So this young gentleman in the front
Yeah.
row, and then we've got a couple behind him. And then I'll move... Oh, actually, yeah. So you first.
How do you think up new monsters for Doctor Who?
Okay, how do you think up new monsters? This young lady on the other side has had her hand up for a long time.
Between the Bells of St. John and the Rings of Aquitaine, what happened to Clara's leaf? It changed.
May I ask the same question, John?
There's 2 hands together there. Let's just take those 2 together, and then we'll answer those.
What happens when the Doctor runs out of regenerations?
Okay.
Pretty cool in there, wasn't they?
Okay, the first one was, how do you think up new monsters?
Monsters in Doctor Who are things, because Doctor Who's not a very spacey show, it's somehow about what's in your life, so you think of things that actually frighten you as you walk around. Now, I'm a wimp, so I am frightened of everything. Statues, shadows, cracks in walls, bumps under carpet. Haven't done that one yet, but will. So find things in the real world. You can't really be that frightened of something that's on a distant star or on a distant planet, because you're unlikely to go there, and indeed all you have to do is not to go there. But if you've got a monster that lives in your bedroom cupboard, you're screwed. So there are things in your everyday life that could actually be quite frightening. The second one was that.
The second one was the continuity issue.
Oh, right. Okay. The real answer is they made a mistake, which I pointed out calmly and reasonably.
Have they been punished?
But the science fiction answer is that the Doctor, having travelled back into Clara's time stream, had accidentally inflected its light and altered a few details, which resulted in being a different leaf.
Definitely happened, I feel,
And what's the third one?
the deafness, you're going to need that for the next question, which is about how many regenerations.
Yeah, you can only regenerate 12 times. And I think you should go back to your DVD collection and count correctly this time. There's something you've all missed.
There you go, some homework for you. The English teacher. Okay, there's been a whole lot of hands right at the back on that side, and I think we should give them a chance. So let's have about 2 or 3 from there, right at the back.
First of all, congratulations on losing Matt Smith, and congratulations on casting Capaldi. I wanted to ask you about something else. There's some very nice people who work for a company called Replay DVD, who released some of your early sitcom work on DVD, all of which is very fine. I believe they haven't released the second series of Chalk yet, which is a real shame because I'm really looking forward to seeing it. Is there a chance that this may happen at some stage in the near future? Or will you offend too many teachers?
Okay, well, let's take a couple more and then we'll answer that. So also at the back there, yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier about Benedict Cumberbatch bringing in the Star Trek audience to Doctor Who. Given that there is already a Doctor Who Star Trek crossover novelisation available on some book websites, if you could find a bot where you could make it work, would you consider it?
Bringing Star Trek and Doctor Who together. It would be brilliant fun, but I think the absolute reality is I can't imagine, you know, us little lot in our leaky shed in Wales and the mighty studio. Can you imagine the meetings alone? I'd do it. I can't imagine they would. I can't imagine they would do it because they'd be too protected. I would do it. That's sure. Of course I would.
Bringing out the second series of Chalk. Bringing out the second series.
Bringing out the second series of Chalk. I don't think it's too modest of me to say that in loving Chalk, you are not part of the huge majority. I don't think we played it very well at the first series of Chalk. So I think it's. I'm not speaking for them, but I don't think it did very well. So probably not. I don't know what to say about that. I don't think